Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records. I want to review the brand new album from Connecticut jam band Goose. This is called Everything Must Go. You can see there's all kinds of imagery within this album cover. And the imagery, there's examples of that in the songs. 14 songs, 90 minutes. Much longer, really, it's a double album. Much longer than their last album, Dripfield, which came out in 2022, 60-minute long record. That was kind of their breakthrough, right? The TED tapes from last year, from 2024, live rehearsals, was kind of my entry level. I went and saw them last summer. Was very impressed. Led by Rick Matero Tonga on guitar and vocals. His tone, and he's a musically educated guy. It's easy to say it reminds you of Fish, but it does remind you of Trey Anastasio a little bit. Peter and Spock also plays guitar, but mainly keys. He does some of the composing here. And then we have Trevor Weeks on bass and new drummer Carter Ellis rounding out the quartet. I really like this record. I like it more than I almost want to. You know, it's kind of a cliche. They're kind of a Fish light or whatever. Maybe they don't jam quite as hard, but the songwriting is pretty good. And out of these 14 songs, again, it's longer than I like albums to be, but it's a double album. And 13 of the 14 tracks I really like. We're going to get into this thing. Their fourth album, Everything Must Go, here by Goose. Everything Must Go is a 6-minute title track. It opens the album up. Dreamy, nice opener. Really, if anything, the album gets stronger from here, like it does on the next song, Give It Time. Just a top track with positive vibes. You like it. Immediately, it's anthemic in the sense that I could see it being a live favorite. You know, just a really top track. Give It Time. And that's almost a 7-minute song. The next song is a 7-minute song called Dustin Hoffman. One of my favorite actors. Got some horns on it. It's funkier. Rick's voice is really good. It's kind of, I don't want to compare him to John Mayer, but it's kind of a better version of a John Mayer voice. Soothing, good, really rips. A lot of these songs have slower beginnings that end up formulating into jams. Do I wish this was a 12-song, 55-minute album? Yeah, I do. And maybe you could cut out a couple songs here. It's just a little bit long. It's hard to get through, but there's a lot of good material here. Dustin Hoffman's a nice song, but the next song's great. Your Direction. Probably one of my favorite songs in the album. And I'm going to say that a couple times here because there's lots of good stuff here. It's kind of adult contemporary sometimes. Almost yacht rock feeling at times. But it works real well. Thatch is next. Funky again. Almost 7 minutes again. All these are going to work really well live, obviously. That's what they do best. Another top track. Lead Up's another good one. They debuted this one live back in March of 23. It's a 5-minute song. Rick's guitar tone is familiar, but it's also unique. It's familiar in the sense that it kind of has that Trey sound, but he definitely has his own expressions and a way of expressing himself with his guitar. Animal is almost an 8-minute song. There's some animal sounds early, and if you look closely at this album cover, you're going to see some animals in there. 80s vibe, almost a Thriller vibe, dancey. It's a really cool song. Rare Birds next, 6-minute song. I almost hear Get Lucky by Pharrell Williams, slowed down version of that. Be careful, guys. It does very much sound like Get Lucky, that song. We're up all night to the sun. If you slow that down. But it's cool. Atlas Dogs is next. 5-minute song, 5 1/4. Spacey, jammy, tangible. I think that's why this band is really kind of connecting with people, because it's a more tangible version of Fish. I don't want to say the songwriting's better, but it's certainly easier to consume for somebody that isn't a huge jam band person. It's easier to consume in that it's more song structured, where Fish is more avant-garde and more Zappa. This is more straightforward than what Fish is. The song that I probably like the least is California Magic. Next one, It Feels Contrived. Trying too hard to get the Cali audience to like a song called California Magic. 6 minutes long, I just don't like it that much. Feel It Now is almost a 7-minute song. Sounds like it starts off with this percussion popping, like Take Me Home from Genesis. If you could think of that song, Take Me Home, but I don't remember. You get that percussion poppiness going. Saxophone by Stuart Bogey on it. Bogey, excuse me. Really dig it. Iguana Song's next. Almost an 8-minute song again. Strong track. Killer jamming. Aspatch, the keyboard player, Peter Aspatch, is a composer. He wrote that song. And he also wrote Feel It Now. And I didn't look up who wrote all the other songs, but I'm sure Rick wrote most of this album. Silver Rising is next. It's a 9-minute epic. Trancy. Melodic. Great guitar solo again. And then How It Ends. They played it last year at the Capitol Theater in April. And again, it's going to be really good live. This whole album, I'm going to give this a high rating. I'm going to give it 4.25 out of 5 stars. It's a great album by Goose. Again, I'm pleasantly surprised. They did release a couple tracks. I did hear some of it last week. I liked those tracks. I like some of those tracks the best on the record. But then there's songs like Silver Rising that really kind of blew me away, and some other things. Check out Goose. Check out my channel. We talk about great music every single day here. Check out the new one from Goose. Everything Must Go. Peace out. See you later. Bye.